Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And for the sake of this, good timing, guys. Uh, start over. This is Joe again with another review. And for the sake of this video, I want to be instead of talking about a movie or television show, I'm going to be going over a review of the 2016 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, which took place the night before I'm doing this video on July 12th, 2016, in Petco Park, which was in San Francisco, which is the home stadium of the San Diego Padres. And instead of going over the actual details of the whole game, which is going to be boring and dull, and I'm not going to get any views for it, I want to go over the problems that I had with the game and the broadcast last night. And of course, which are a few. I mean, I'm not going to go spend talking about this for an hour, but it's going to be a few, to say at least. First of all, the problem that I had with the game, first of all, was that for those of you who don't know baseball, at least baseball in the United States anyway, uh, there are two leagues, American League and National League. And every year, the All-Star Game started back in 1933 in Comiskey Park in Chicago, which of course is no longer around anymore. At least the original stadium is not here anymore. And every year since, the game was so successful that they had an All-Star Game every single year. Because it happened in the middle of the season, in the middle of July, and called the Midsummer Classic because of it. And every other year they have a game in either the National League Stadium or an American League Stadium, and they will alternate. Well, this year it is the second of 4 consecutive years that the All-Star Game is in a National League ballpark. Last year in 2015, the game was this streak started in Cincinnati. It was the home of Cincinnati Reds in the National League. This year was the Padres, another National League team, and then 2017 is going to be in, I believe it's going to be in Florida, Florida Marlins ballpark on the Miami Marlins, and then 2018 is going to be the Nationals ballpark in Washington D.C. So it's 4 consecutive years that the All-Star Game is going to be held in the National League ballpark, and because of that, instead of having the National League team being the home team, they said, hey, they're saying to screw the National League and have the American League team the road team. Not the road team, the home team. Which technically it should have been the National League team to be the home team because it's not the National League's fault that Major League Baseball decided to have a scheduled the All-Star Game for 4 consecutive All-Star games from 2015 to 2018 in the National League Stadium. It's not the National League's fault. It's Major League Baseball decided to pick the schedules or to pick which city is going to host the All-Star Game. And just having to work out this way, but it's like punishing the National League for 4 straight years of the All-Star Game being in the National League ballpark, and they're playing the American League rules. They had a DH, I mean, in the National League Stadium. I mean, that was ridiculous. Of course, the broadcast itself aired on the Fox network, on the mainstream Fox regular television network, not on cable, which is a good thing. And the problem with the broadcast is, of course, the fact that every 5 seconds, it felt like every few minutes, not 5 seconds, every few minutes, they show the Tony Gwynn statue outside, that's beyond the center field fence in Petco Park. Now, those of you who don't know Tony Gwynn is, he is the real Mr. Padre. Even though Dave Winfield on his Hall of Fame plaque is named Mr. Padre, uh, but it's really, I mean, was really the first one to go in as a Padre was Dave Winfield, but the first one who was really recognized as a Padre is Tony Gwynn because he spent his whole career there, and they have this big statue out of him. So every few minutes or every other inning, they'll show his statue, which is fine because he passed away about 2.5 years ago from cancer. So, but constantly showing his statue on television. I mean, they show it like once or twice, but it's fine. But constantly was showing it. I mean, okay, we get it. There's a statue of Tony Gwynn, who's the greatest San Diego Padre ever, is a Hall of Famer, 3,000 hits, 8 batting titles. They constantly kept showing it. which and they showed it once or twice, fine, but constantly doing it. It was driving everybody nuts. Of course, the big controversy, the main controversy of this year's home run All-Star Game broadcast was the fact that once again they cut out the Canadian national anthem from the broadcast. Now, to me, I can't even remember that. It's got to be almost 20 years since on television they broadcast that Canadian national anthem. And I say, okay, what's the big deal with that? It's an American pastime. Well, there is a Canadian major league team based in Canada, and that's the Toronto Blue Jays. It used to be two teams, Montreal Expos and the Toronto Blue Jays. But the Montreal Expos moved to Washington D.C. prior to the 2005 season, but it's still one Canadian team. So every year for the All-Star Game, unless if the game is in Canada, the Canadian national anthem was always performed first, and then you have the American national anthem. For just about every year since I think just about every year since 1999, the Canadian national anthem has been cut out. I'd like to know why. Because particularly this year, 2016, was a bit of controversy with it. What happened was they had a Canadian singing group called the Tenors performing the Canadian national anthem, and one of the singers held up a sign saying "All Lives Matter," and he changed the lyrics of the song of the Canadian national anthem, "O Canada," and he sang the song "All Lives Matter Under God," or something like. And all the clip was on YouTube. But on the Fox network, they did not show the Canadian national anthem, and I can't even remember the last time they broadcast the Canadian national anthem for an All-Star Game. I mean, to me, that is an insult to the people of Canada, and the Canadian national anthem should be broadcast. I'm sorry, it should be broadcast so that everybody could see what had happened instead of watching it on YouTube or watching it on the local news broadcast. Or the world, or CNN or Fox News Channel or whatever. It should have been shown on live television instead of going to a commercial, which nobody will see it, except for the people in the stadium who witnessed it. On the 45,000, 50,000 people who were inside the stadium witnessed it, but the people outside the who outside the stadium did not see it live on television, and I want to see the Canadian national anthem on television. I'm sorry. The other problem that I have with the game, one thing you didn't mention was that the American League beat the National League 4-2. But there's meaningless compared to the nitpicking what I have with this game, and that's one of them with the sting with the Canadian national anthem. The other sting that I had is with Joe. You can't possibly suck enough buck. It was the announcer for the Fox Sports broadcast of the game. He is awful. He has a great voice, but he's a crappy announcer. His personality is lousy. His attitude is lousy, and he sucks. Just sucks. It's terrible. And one thing that I'm surprised that he didn't do was 10 o'clock and the game was still on. 10 o'clock in the Eastern time zone. I'm surprised he didn't say, it's now 10 o'clock in the East and we're still playing. Whining about how long the baseball games go. He did it when the game was over. He was whining. The game was a brisk, rather sarcastic, like 3 hours and 5-minute game. He said, shut the fuck up, Joe. Joe Buck, shut up. Why, when he announced the longest Super Bowl game ever, a 3-hour and 45-minute game. The game started at 6:30 Eastern Time and didn't end until about 10:15 at night. How come he wasn't complaining that it's now 10 o'clock in the East and we're still playing when it comes to football? Not just the Super Bowl, but any game. Any football game that he broadcast for Fox, he never broadcast, it's now 4 o'clock in the East and we're still playing. Crap. How come he doesn't pull that shit when he's announcing football on Fox? He only does it during the baseball broadcast. And Joe, if you're watching this broadcast, if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, fuck you. And keep your stupid commentary to yourself and just announce the game. And another thing was that Joe Buck royally screwed up royally during the broadcast. Because in about a week and a half after I am recording this video, they're going to have the Baseball Hall of Fame ceremony. And earlier, when the Hall of Fame vote was announced, I did a video on that. Please check it out if you haven't seen it on the 2016 Hall of Fame Baseball Hall of Fame class. Please check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Of course, they're going to have two players going in. Mike Piazza, thank God, and he's going in along with Ken Griffey Jr. And Joe Buck mentioned that at the end of the month he's going to have the Hall of Fame ceremony, and that Ken Griffey Jr. is going in the Hall of Fame. And you notice they stopped talking because that's as far as he went. That's it. He doesn't mention Ken Griffey Jr. and that's it. Never said another word about the Hall of Fame class. Didn't bring up that Mike Piazza is going in. Didn't mention the whoever the announcer is for the broadcasters ring of the Hall of Fame, or the sports writer who's going in this year in Cooperstown. Didn't mention those two guys at all, or Mike Piazza, just Ken Griffey Jr. And that Ken Griffey Jr. is the only one who deserves to get in the Hall of Fame. And Mike Piazza does not deserve to be in there. With all the steroid stuff and all that, the fake accusations that he was on steroids was never proven. Unlike with Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, Clemens, Ivan Rodriguez, Rafael Palmeiro, those guys were proven. And of course Jose Canseco, those guys were proven. With Piazza, unfortunately Mike Piazza got lumped in with those guys. Anyway, we rehash that commentary. But Joe Buck did not mention Mike Piazza at all. With that. Which totally, as a Mets fan, and obviously you can tell when you're a Mets fan with all the pants behind me here, it pissed me off as a Mets fan that Joe Buck did not mention that Mike Piazza is going in the Hall of Fame this year as well. He did not mention it at all. So once again, fuck you, Joe Buck. The other thing that took me off for the broadcast last night was, can we please stop? Take me off this, but halfway through the game, after the fifth inning was over, they did the stand up to cancer thing. And all the players and all the fans that was holding little signs to stand up to cancer and stand up for. It meant that either somebody's relative or friend who was diagnosed with cancer was fighting cancer or currently fighting against cancer, or unfortunately had passed away from cancer. And all had these little signs, and they stopped for a couple of minutes, and they had a singer perform for about 5 minutes, and it literally stopped the game for 5 minutes for doing this thing. And we stand up for cancer. We stand up for cancer. We stand up against cancer. And they had a performer singing the song, and they should have done that in the pregame show. They should have done the stand up to cancer bit during the pregame. I mean, the pregame show is long enough as it is. They can't spend 2 minutes during the stand up to cancer thing. They had to interrupt the game, an All-Star game, for that. Give me a break. Can you please stop the stand up to cancer bit? I mean, do it. And if you want to do it in the pregame show. I know I have a problem if it's during the pregame show, but if they stop the game in the middle of the game to do the stand up to cancer bit, it was annoying. It was a waste of time, and that's why the All-Star game ran as long as it did, because they kept stopping the game for this nonsense, and it's ridiculous. And also, one more thing I have to put in: can we please stop having "God Bless America" in baseball games? That is one of my major pet peeves for about 15 years now. Can we please stop playing "God Bless America" in baseball games? That is the worst patriotic song ever written in the United States history. Ever. Period. Because it was written, if you don't know the song was written by Irving Berlin. It was a Jewish songwriter. And it is not the national anthem of the United States. The Star Spangled Banner is, not "God Bless America." Even though people consider "God Bless America" the unofficial national anthem. It would never be the national anthem of the United States. The reason for that is because it's written by a Jew. In 1931, when the official national anthem was selected, like I said, was the Star Spangled Banner. The reason why that was selected over God Bless America was because the simple fact is that it was written by a Jew. They're not going to have a national anthem who was written by a Jew be the official national anthem of the United States. You're never going to have it. The reason why the song is even played during baseball games was after the 9/11 attacks, when baseball resumed, but a week later. That's when they decided to broadcast the song during the 7th-inning stretch. Now, at first, I did not have a problem with the song being played for the rest of the 2001 season, throughout the rest of the regular season, throughout the playoffs and the World Series. I didn't have a problem with that at first, because you have to honor the people who were killed at the result of the 9/11 attacks. You have to honor them some way. After the 2001 World Series ended, that's when that routine sort of stopped. Right then and there is when it should have stopped. But unfortunately, 15 years later now, the song is still being played in ball games, and every single Yankee game since the home game, every single Yankee home game, New York Yankees home game since, we've been playing that song. And it does about every Sunday game, every game on Memorial Day, 4th of July, playoff game, World Series game, All-Star game since. Been playing the song. Can we please stop playing the song? It's not a national anthem. It takes 5 minutes for them to do the stupid song. They drag it out. It's annoying as hell. So, and the song is the worst. Let me tell you about Irving Berlin. Some Jew he is. This is a Jewish songwriter who wrote the most famous Christmas song of all time, which is White Christmas. He also wrote Easter Parade. And not only that, some Jew, he celebrated those 2 holidays. Jews are not supposed to celebrate those holidays. He honored Christmas and Easter. He celebrated those holidays just as much as he would celebrate a Jewish holiday. And I know this for a fact. So why are they should stop playing God Bless America at ball games. They should stop doing it. It's annoying. I don't stand up for that song. Never had, never. I'm not saying I'm not patriotic. It's that the song is not a patriotic song. I'm sorry. America the Beautiful is more of a patriotic song. I want to hear America the Beautiful than God Bless America. At least you don't have the God or the religious element in that song, as you do in God Bless America. It's a terrible song. I hate it. The song sucks. Major League Baseball should stop doing it. It's annoying. It's pissing me off every time I hear that song at ball games or on a national broadcast game. It's annoying as hell. Stop. Ban. If I was commissioner of baseball, if Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, haven't been watching this, ban the damn song. Ban it. It's annoying. It's annoying as hell. Please stop doing it. I can't believe we've gone off for 20 minutes. Almost 20 minutes with this video. But I had to complain about all this stuff. Also, Terry Collins did not use his 2 Met pitches. There's 30 major league teams. 29 out of 30 teams had at least one player played who played in the All-Star Game last night, except for Terry Collins, except for the New York Mets. And the irony is that Terry Collins, who was the manager of the New York Mets, didn't use his 2 guys into the game, even though beforehand, the day before, he had news conferences that were going to get everybody into the game. He didn't do it. The Mets were the only, Portola Colon and Eunice Familia, the only 2 players who did not get into the game in the National League side. And so Terry Collins, fuck you, Terry Collins. You should be fired. Wally Backman should be the manager of the New York Mets and not you. At least Wally Backman will kick his players in the ass for not hustling. I don't like you. So that's my review of the 2016 All-Star Game. I'm sorry for the cursing in it. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can catch all my videos not only on my YouTube channel, but at rowdyc.com, that's OWDY, and that's C.com, that's the homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer, for seeing more. Please check out all of his videos known as TV Trash videos, all of his other content on his website. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.